Alright folks, so today I want to share with you a new product that I just bought, and it is this guy. This is a pickup truck unloader. I found out about this product a couple weeks ago when a buddy of mine texted me through a group text, and he basically had a video of how this product works, and it basically had 3 simple words on there that said, Dino needs this, and he's not wrong. As most of you guys know, I love to move dirt, especially when it comes to major lawn renovation projects. One which is about to come up right now when I redo my entire lawn. And we're gonna have to move a bunch of compost and a bunch of sand. And this thing is gonna make my life a lot easier if it works as advertised. Now, based off of everything that I've seen, it looks very, very promising. And for me, you know, it's always the hardest part of bringing in a bunch of product, a bunch of dirt, sand, whatever, is the unloading process. It usually takes about 35 to 45 minutes to unload. You know, I've got to find a place for it. And with this thing, I'm actually thinking I'm going to be able to unload a lot of it directly into my Gorilla cart. But today we're going to do a little simple test with it. I want to put it together, show you guys how it goes together onto the truck. And then we're going to do something with some mulch, because mulch is fairly light. This thing's supposed to handle about 3,000 pounds. You know, with my truck, I'm never going to get more than 1,000 or 1,500 pounds of material into the back of my truck, because it's just not, my truck's not built for more than that. The other thing that we have to worry about is, because what it is basically works like a conveyor. It puts a mat down the back of your truck, and then it attaches a crank onto your tailgate, and then you basically crank everything out. Because I've got a sprayed in factory bed liner, I am going to use a tarp over everything. That should make things a lot easier to move out of the back of the truck. Again, this is supposed to do 3,000 pounds. I'm never going to have to do that, but I'm guessing with something like gravel or something, you know, or even sand, because sand does get pretty heavy, especially when it gets wet. It's gonna need something to help move. But anyway, today I'm just gonna give it a shot. Let's put it all together, see how it works, and then we'll do a little test later with some mulch. So let's get to it. And so right away, this mat looks super heavy duty. It looks like it's a woven product. I don't know if you can see that. And it's gonna go across and over the back of the truck. The one thing that I did hear about this product that is something of concern is that these bars tend to bend a little bit, but they feel very heavy. The assembly of this is actually not that bad, even though there's a million parts and it looks pretty intimidating. The bars go together with 2 lugs, and there's 3 different pieces to it. Tried to do it by hand, but it was a lot harder than it looked. Ended up getting 2 pipe wrenches, and that ended up doing the trick. The one thing I didn't show during this video was the attachment of the mat to the bar, which is done with duct tape. Once you get that done and have it all rolled up, you attach the 2 brackets. The bolts are super heavy duty. I know it's well constructed. You then take all of the straps, wrap it around the tailgate, and you're really good to go. It's a really well designed and built product. All right, well, that's the assembly of the whole thing. A couple extra pieces here is this thing. It actually hooks on underneath the bumper right there, and then onto this, and that keeps, when you're rolling this up, and I'll show you when we actually unload this thing, it keeps the tailgate from wanting to pop up when you're unloading. So we'll have to get those on when we're unloading the whole thing. And then finally is this crank that we put together, and it basically fits right into here. And then you're basically just cranking everything out just like that. Next thing is we need to go and get a load, test it out. All right, we're home and we have a full load of mulch. And so this will be a really nice test because it's not super heavy and it should work out nicely. Now, I put down a tarp for a couple reasons. Number 1, it looks like it's gonna rain. Number 2, just in case I can't finish, I can actually, you know, wrap it up in this. And then also I'm gonna try and actually do some dumping directly into the Gorilla cart. If I put it all the way on the ground, then I would have to scoop it into the Gorilla cart, and this way, most of it will just go into the Gorilla cart, and then anything that's left, I can just scoop it in. But this should make things faster if it works as planned. So we got a couple things we gotta do. So I gotta set up the straps that actually hook up to the back of each one of these straps and onto the bottom of the bumper. And that keeps the bumper from wanting to go up, and I'll show you how that works. So this strap kind of goes in the same way that the strap for the inside of this thing goes into the bed. So it just goes around this, and then we basically pull it out. When I drop the tailgate, I actually will hook it up into the bottom of this and do the same thing here. All right, so just drop this. Oh, that's it. Well, I overcomplicated that. There we go. There. And that should keep that from wanting to go up. And like I said, I'm going to try and put it directly into the grill cart. See how that works. Now, there's going to be some spillage, like out this way, but hopefully I will catch the majority of what's here. That's cool. That is pretty cool. That is, I'd say that's a success. That makes me very happy. It should be able to make pretty quick work of this thing. Yeah, let's start unloading. All right, well, I'd say that is a huge success. So the only thing left over is a little bit on the sides, but I've got the tarp on there for the most part, so I can just shovel up all that stuff onto the tarp, and then the rest of it will come out. The only thing really left on the ground was about that much right there. And I mean, the whole thing took me, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes to unload, only because I had to cart everything around. So if you can't tell by the smile on my face, I'd say that's a huge success. This was money well spent. This is not a sponsored product. Nobody gave this to me. This is something that I saw online because a friend of mine turned me onto it, and then I just bought it because I thought it'd be a great idea, and we will be using the heck out of this in a few weeks when we start renovating the front and the back lawns. Super happy about this. It was a little bit intimidating to put it together, but once we got going, it actually was pretty simple to put together, and it seems to be very protective of the truck, which is very important. If anybody's interested in this and they want to buy one for themselves, I will put a link down in the description as to where I got it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and I've earned your subscription, then please do that as well. And if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell, and we will see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody. See ya. So earlier, I actually posted a video on TikTok showing me using this unloader from this afternoon. And I got a couple of interesting comments. One of which was, well, you know, a lot of this stuff just falls on the ground anyway, so you're shoveling anyway. And then somebody else suggested that I have some sort of a guide so that none of it falls on the ground. And one of the things that I didn't explain really clearly when I was doing the video earlier was that when I typically unload a truck, if I'm just unloading it from the back of the truck onto the ground so that I can go get another load, I'm doing about 35 to 40 minutes. If I unload the truck directly into my Gorilla cart, it's about 7 cartfuls each time that I unload it, no matter what the materials are. Today, I only had to shovel up 1 cartload, which means that 6 carts went directly from the back of my truck right into the Gorilla cart, and I was able to run it around. In total, today, I was able to unload the entire back of my truck and run it around in about 20 minutes. If I had done that without the unloader, it would have taken me at least a couple of hours, because you're unloading it into the truck, you're running around, dumping it, coming back, unloading. Get my drift? While yes, there is material that's falling on the ground, I totally get that that's kind of a pain, but if I'm getting 6 loads directly in my cart and I'm only having to shovel 1 cart as opposed to 7, I'm gonna take that ratio all day long. So for me, it's worth it. For the cost of a couple $100 for a product that I'm gonna use multiple times, and I'm getting really good usage out of it, and I'm able to do that kind of an improvement on my productivity, I'm gonna do that all day long.